What's up, y'all? It's Kolo. This is my on the radar beat breakdown of Cacos de Vidro by BK.
Eu senti que a tristeza ia chegar e mudar, ia tomar meu coração.
Me sinto culpado por não te amar mais. Talvez eu goste de me sentir sozinho, ser o filho desencapado.
Yeah, so basically, I was making and I've been making songs or beats where I just sample music from countries all over the world. Brazil is definitely one of them. I've sampled music from Morocco, from Poland, Colombia, like you name it, I've kind of probably done it. But yeah, so I've done a lot of those. And I did a beat sampling an artist from Brazil. Her name is Evinia. And the song is called Esperar Pra Ver. And yeah, it's an amazing song, a legendary song in Brazil. Kind of flipped it. And I put it on Instagram, even rapped over it because I'm a rapper as well. And yeah, it kind of did a lot of numbers on Instagram and stuff and social media. His team, BK's team, found that video and was interested in making a song using the beat. So yeah, it kind of just came about organically like that. And yeah, like he hopped in on it and the rest was history pretty much. Yeah, so like, I mean, there was kind of two parts to it. Like first, it doing the numbers, it did like, obviously I've been doing like the sampling from different countries and a lot of people from those countries have like a strong reaction to it. And like, you know, I've been lucky and blessed enough for people to receive it well because it always come across as homage, you know, and people just loved it like in general. And so when I did the beat and just my own raps on it, people loved it already. But I think the BK making a whole song with it, you know, including and tying Evinia into the process kind of just made it bigger. And like a lot of people have like a strong like emotional connection to the song. Like I don't necessarily understand the song as well as they do because it's like a lot of Portuguese, but even the translation that I saw was like really, really impressive song. So no, it's been a lot of love. They did it at the festival. Him and Evinia have performed the song together and like, yeah, it's been crazy to see the reaction. And honestly, I didn't expect anything. I just kind of made a beat, put it on Instagram. So for it to have done what it's done, it's pretty amazing to be for sure. Yeah, I mean, I just like from young, I just remember like, obviously like Michael Jackson being like the first musician I ever really knew about. So that's like the early beginnings of music for me. Obviously like, from then on, I was young. I still love Mariah Carey, and obviously getting into rap. But I've lived in like quite a few places because of my dad's job. He was like bouncing around. He was a diplomat. So it's kind of crazy how this has turned out to be a thing where I'm like sampling music from like different countries. So I find that like connection pretty cool. But yeah, like I think that also just happened naturally. I've just always naturally gravitated to rap music. And I've always gravitated to sampling as well. I've always been interested in like a lot of the artists that I love, like looking into the samples they use to make their songs and stuff like that. So everything was just kind of natural in terms of just like my affinity for like the genre and everything. And so I remember hearing like Timbaland beats when I was young and I was like, yo, these are so great. And I love a lot of his pop stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously on the sampling wave, Kanye is definitely a big influence. He kind of like was also like foundational in like soul sampling, but I feel like he has a great legacy in terms of like being very creative of where he gets his samples. He's kind of like been like willing to sample anything. Jay Dilla, especially as I've grown as a producer, I've kind of like, you know, kind of like gone back and studied what he did with his drums, you know, very creative, probably like the best at like micro chopping and doing all kinds of like really intricate stuff with beats. So yeah, those are just a few. I know DJ Dahi was big for me. That Money Trees beat kind of like, that was like the first time I really sat down and watched a video about how to sample. And he like reversed the sample, like a beach house sample, and my mind was blown, you know, in college. And that's kind of like what led to me like making beats and going down that route. And Jake One was another person during that time. He was doing a lot of beat breakdowns. So, woo, that is a great question. There's this plugin from Arcade. It's called Output. It's really, I mean, from Output, it's called Arcade. Yeah, man. Like, it's such a cool. It adds a creative way for me to like sample stuff. So it's a very dope plugin in where I'm like I use it a lot to, not necessarily as a foundational thing, but to add on top of stuff. Obviously, in terms of sampling, I use Serato Sample. They have a dope sampling plugin. I chop everything in there. I do a lot of like sampling in there as well. I'm trying to think of what else. There's this plugin that I've been using a lot. I think it's called the low end. It's from Cradle. It's like the low end machine. It's like State Machine Low End. Yeah, it's a low key underrated. I believe it's by Frank Dukes. He does like a lot of like creating like royalty free or like samples for people to like make beats out of. He's one of the pioneers in that. But I think it's his company that did that. State Machine Low End. It's just like good bass sounds, 808s, vintage bass, all kinds of stuff. So I would say like I use like those 3 plugins a lot. There's probably a lot more that I didn't name, but I feel like the more that I've learned how to like get better as a producer, the more it's actually kind of, I filtered out a lot of plugins. I don't use as many as I used to, which is like from time to time I'll dabble and you need to experiment, but like I think filtering out and like kind of focusing on certain things starts to like where you kind of carve out a sound or an approach, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on AI and music?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like, so AI is a balance, right? I feel like AI is both a tool, but it's also like there's a danger to it. So like, I feel like AI has purposes, like technology has purposes to make things easier, but I feel like the line gets crossed when it's like, when AI is just doing everything, then it becomes a completely like not a human process, if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily think AI in entirety is bad. Like AI is used, people use it to like split stems, for example. So like, let's say you have like a disco song and you just want to take out the melodies, for example, and you don't want to include the drums. AI can be used to like, and that's why a lot of people can like sample more stuff now, because it's like, oh, I can take out the drums and just have a certain thing. So there are tools that where it can be useful. I just don't necessarily think from a mindset of like, okay, pressing a button and it does everything for me, I don't think that's where I kind of like, it crosses a line for me of like, I apply AI that way. I'd rather use it as a tool sparingly, but I try to maintain like the human part of it as much as possible. Well, I think the first thing, like with anything in life, I feel when I first started making beats, I was like very kind of like self-conscious about myself. And I think a lot of the focus was on, you know, trying to be somewhere, like trying to be as good as like the people that I listen to, instead of just trying to just do it every day, right? And I think the first simple thing is to kind of treat it like any skill, like you just repetition, you know what I'm saying? So even me, when I started doing like a lot of social media stuff and I was making more beats, I actually realized the more I made stuff to put out and the more I made, the more I was getting better, which is just natural with everything. So I think that would be the one thing I would say is like, kind of treat it like any type of thing in life, repetition, obsessively, just like repeat, do it again and again and again. Even me as a rapper, it's helped me as well. I think it helps like my rap side and my production side, kind of having that mindset to know what I want and know what I sound best on helps as well. I would also say just like kind of listen to what inspires you, not necessarily to copy it or to like mimic it, but to kind of like as a source of inspiration, you know? And I think kind of whatever you're drawn to, expound upon that, you know what I'm saying? So, and then combine the things that you love, and then you kind of get your own identity, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, like, again, I would say like, just do it again and again, bro. Like literally, like you just gotta be one of those people that's like, this is all you love to do. And the more you repeat it and the more you do it, the better you'll get at it, for sure. All right, so we're gonna get into the beat breakdown first. I'm going to play the sample. Again, the song is Esperar pra Ver by Avinia, and I'm gonna just like play that and kind of go through what I was thinking.
Eu senti que a tristeza ia chegar e mudar.
Yeah, so basically like when I heard that the first time, I think I remember just thinking to myself, yeah, like her voice sounds amazing. I need to take this a cappella and do something with it. I need to make something special with this. So so I basically went in, and originally I had it chopped like a certain way. I can play a little bit of that. The final version ended up being different, but I first chopped up her vocals a certain way. This is just her vocal. Yeah. Yeah, but for the actual official version, we kind of went with a more like natural approach, and that shouts out to the producers with BK. They kind of went with a different direction, and so it ended up being more just using her natural vocals and chopping it up less. And I think that made for the song being better and people being able to just like connect with the words more. So it ended up just being And so now, like, I have kind of what I need, and now I'm just gonna start adding musical elements on top of the a cappella. So then I added the organ. And now we're gonna put both of them together. So yeah, at this point, like in my head, the majority of the work is already done because I have the feeling and like the emotion of the song. So now I just was like looking forward to like more drum elements and stuff like that. So at this point, I'm like thinking, okay, I need the kick to come in. So I had this kick come in. Then add the snare. Then add a shaker in the back. And so, yeah, so at this point, like I have, again, majority of it done. I think I was thinking like, okay, do I go 808 or bass? And yeah, I went with a bass synth with this song, and I just feel like kind of carried the emotion a little bit more. And so, yeah, I'll add that onto that as well. To add some variety, I also took the chords that I used to play like the organ, and I used like a synth pad just to add some more variety, keep the record moving, and keep things interesting. So this was the synth pad I added on its own. Same chords as the organ, just the exact same thing. And with everything that sounds like this. Then it goes back. Yeah, and that was pretty much it. Like, it's cool with this song. Like, usually when I sample, I love using like a lot more of the song in terms of like the instruments and the background kind of stuff. But with this song, it was kind of really just pretty straightforward with like using just the a cappella and kind of building around the a cappella. So having that be the foundation and just building around that. So the song has a kind of like a nostalgia quality to it. And yeah, a lot of people have connected with it for that reason. Yeah, Avinia made an amazing song, and BK, they made like such a great song, and I feel like a lot of people are resonating with it. So I'm just blessed to be a part of it. Thank y'all for watching my On The Radar beat breakdown of Cacos de Virdro by BK.